Here we've got a spreadsheet, and it's a beautifully coloured spreadsheet at that. But what it represents, it's days in the columns, it's orders that have taken place throughout that day, let's say in my shop, it's the total for those orders, it's the average order value day by day, but then also the amount I've spent out of my pocket to go and buy inventory to support those orders. Well, I'm no whiz at Excel, but what I want to know is how to put a value into row 29 that represents the percentage of all these orders on any given day that are actually above $7. I don't really know what to put into the formula bar in Excel to work this out. So putting aside whether that use case is actually useful for you, figuring out what to put into the formula bar up here is a really valuable skill that things like Copilot and ChatGPT can offer you. But if you land in a problem like I'm going to show you now, it's often not really clear how you're going to get out of it. So here's an example. I've configured my Copilot to be able to look at pages. It's in the app notification and settings, show Copilot, and also allow it to use page content. Okay, so technically I should be able to get it to analyze what's on that page there by clicking this create a summary and clicking submit. Sometimes this will work for you, sometimes it won't. This time I'm getting that annoying message saying I can't read it. Whether it's the app you're trying to read or the page, who knows, but it's just not worked. But all is not lost. And I'm going to show you a workaround, something that will get you out of a hole real quick if this does not work for you. I'm going to close down Copilot and bring in my trusty friend ChatGPT. You can do this on a free license as well as the paid that I've got here. But what I'm going to get it to do is actually summarize what's on this page. Now, if it's URLs, you can paste them in there, but what if it's an Excel spreadsheet like this, or it's a desktop application? Well, you've got a little helper, and it's called the snipping tool. So what we're going to do is take a picture of all of this information. First and foremost, we're going to paste that into ChatGPT and get it to summarize what it can see. So we can close that, or at least get rid of it for now, and I'll Control V to paste it in. And then just do what I did in Copilot. Summarize what you see. This is putting us both on the same page, so we're both talking about the same asset. When I'm prompting AI, I do tend to try and do this to get us in the same place, and I'll have a good read of that to make sure it's understanding it. Also important to correct it if it does see anything that doesn't make sense to you. So as an example, I might say something like that. So you know why there's blanks there. Put as much of that as you can in, and you'll start to get much more meaningful responses back. But this is where it's really helpful. Now we've got that shared context, I can start to ask questions and start to get suggestions on the functions and the formula that I might be able to use in Excel to give me answers. So I'm going to ask it a question. Before I do, I've just put them side by side here so it's easy for me to see what's going on, and I can test things that it's going to recommend. Also worth noting, it does give you some insights, and you may want to pursue those, and some recommendations for actions, so it can start to suggest insights into your data that you might not think of yourself. But we'll go with the one that I came up with, and let me ask it a question. Now you come up with your own question, but what I want to do is I want to put into cell 29 and column B and all the rest of the cells the formula that's going to work out the percentage of sales for that given day that are over $7. So with that, I can start to see whether I'm selling more of the higher value items or more of the lower value items. And of course, if I've got a little bit of data, I could probably eyeball it, but let's just give this a whirl. Okay, so it's giving me a formula suggestion here, and it's breaking it down for me. Let's copy the code. So putting aside whether this is accurate or not for my given scenario, the value here is being able to cut and paste what you're seeing on screen and ask questions. If I hover over that, we get 61.54%. If you reformat this, it might skew the figure a little bit, but that looks about right. If I just count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 orders, that's about 60% were the higher values. What I would recommend is if you do this kind of activity, work on a small data set first, validate the formula that you're getting given, then go and expand it if you've got lots more data. That stood me in good stead a few times. But yeah, that looks about right. So hopefully that's helpful. I will do more tips on AI, ChatGPT, Copilot going forwards. And stuff like this in Excel hopefully can help you. But do put in comments things that you're struggling with, and we'll see if we can find a nice little formula for you to follow to help you get the best productivity with these new AI tools out there. Okay, take care for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.